Well, I guess good question to ask is how's the team? How are they practicing this week, getting ready for the tournament?
Great week, almost like a second life. Two things. It allowed us to kind of go back to the basics and kind of reset ourselves and make some small changes, some significant changes, but small changes and some tactics and of course getting prepared specifically for Rice in the tournament. I told guys we got a reprieve there, kind of got old governor's reprieve right there at the last minute, and but we're 0-0. Our goals are still in front of us, and we've had maybe the 3 best consecutive days of practice that we've had all year. And of course, you've got a good practice here, good practice there, but I'm talking about 3 good days back to back. Great focus, effort. It's like they were given a new lease on life. And I told them, I said, when you get a break like that, and what I'm of course referring to everybody going to the tournament, I said, you take advantage of it. I said, in life, a lot of times people are given second chances and they don't take advantage of it, and they end up right where they were. So anyway, that's kind of been our deal this week. Kind of go back to the basics, polish up on fundamentals, clean up a lot of things we were able to do or see on film, and of course. So we practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Heath and Glenn, and then we'll be off tomorrow, and then we'll come back Saturday, Sunday, and of course we'll practice here Monday before flying out of Jackson on Monday afternoon. But it's been good. Been good.
Can I talk about y'all's side of the bracket and what the path looks like for you guys?
Well, we of course have got now the second we cross after the first one, right? All right. Well, I'm old Coach Glenn, and I've been doing this a long time and playing tournament format, and you play them one at a time, and so our total focus has to be focusing on Rice, and we're going to worry about the next team, which would be the 3 seed, right, David? The 3 seed from the East. Here's all I'll say. Of course, Rice is, beat us twice. The second game went down to the wire there. Well coached, good team. If we were fortunate enough to survive that first one, then we go to the 3 seed in the East, which has that been determined? Looking like Marshall. Of course, we haven't played Marshall, but I would say this: we took UAB to the wire. We took Tech to the wire. The better teams, North Texas was a very competitive series. So, we've proven we can't be status quo. That's another message this week. We can't be status quo, just go out and do what we've always done tactically, effort-wise, everything, and expect things to change. It's just not going to happen. The Lord's not going to put his hands on us this evening. We hadn't gone to old Southern Baptist Revival, Glenn, and I'll come out, new person. That's not going to happen. We have to change. We've got to change for the better. Everybody's got to do better. But tactically, we've got making some changes, effort-wise, making some changes, maybe personnel-wise, make a change or two. But we can't just go in there status quo. So back on what I was saying. If we can, of course, Rice has got to be our total focus, and it is. And we'll worry about whoever the next opponent is. But let's just say, I don't think there's anybody in our league of course, we've proven that we can play with the best teams in our league. And that should give us a sense of confidence moving forward if we were able to get past Rice. But, hey, 5 games in 5 days is not an easy deal. But I guarantee you there's one coach in the Conference USA that has done that before, and that's at Jones Junior College. We did it. They said it will never happen again. In fact, it was never expected to happen is the only reason that it ever happened in the National Junior College Tournament. But the year we won the National Junior College Championship, we won 5 games in 5 days.
If I could piggyback off of that right quick, in the last game you played when you had Spoon's son starting, it seemed like that they lacked off, but he was able to get open shots right then. Is that kind of what you're talking to when he was in the game and you got open shots? Is that something maybe you can look at tweaking the starting group a little bit?
Possible. I thought he did a great job, and everything's on the table. The players know that everything's on the table this week, but I'm going to tell you what, he did a great job. I thought not only, of course, on offense, he's going to go in there and execute. He hit an open jumper. But I was really impressed with on defense, the way he got back on defense, the way he talked on defense. He gave us a little bit of energy out there, and I like that. So, of course, he did a great job, and I think, there's something you got to consider moving forward too. And let's talk about this, Heath. If we're going to win 5 in 5 days, and let me tell you, that's our goal. I hope every coach in the league sees this. I mean, and I think everybody would feel the same way. Why can't we win it? I'm not making some bold prediction that's going to be on everybody's message board, but I mean, we're going over there to win it. We're not just going over there to participate. We want to go win the tournament. That's what we're going for. That's what we're in this business for. And even if we can go make a great showing, what that would do for our off season, momentum heading into the off season next year and recruiting, that'd be awesome.
JD, hit on recruiting, signing period. April signing period is about 5 to 6 weeks out. What's y'all's focus or thought there heading into that?
Well, I think, we've got some very specific needs. And every time you're going to probably hear almost the same exact things. Of course, we're recruiting 21s and 22s. Let me just jump ahead to the 22s. Mississippi's going to have a good class in 22, and Louisiana's going to have a good class in 22. And those are prime recruiting areas for us. So keep that in mind, okay? And there's some guys, of course, you can't just recruit this year. You got to recruit ahead. But for this particular year, here's what you're going to see in Division I. You're going to see almost all of your mid to high majors are going to recruit transfer portal, probably in this order. I don't know if this is our order. Ours is going to be maybe a little less stringent. But most 90% of your mid-major and up Division I programs are going to recruit transfer portal, junior college, and high school kids. Now, the guys in high school are going to getting a bad break this year. It's bad because there's just not going to be many spots. Now, the other side of that is it may be a year, Glenn, that we could go get a high school kid maybe that we never would have gotten before, or maybe we on a normal year maybe wouldn't be a Southern Miss guy, if you see what I'm saying. That's why I'm not limiting what we're looking for. I would all, and then specifically we want to assign another point guard. We want to get and it's on our board as a BG, and that's a bucket getter. We want a guy that can help us break defenses down late in the clock, go draw fouls, go score, create for other players. And then we need a big bodied big. We need a big bodied big that can stop like every team in our league has one. You can start in Bryson Williams at UTEP. You got that big monster at 2 or 3 of them at Louisiana Tech, but mainly Lofton, who's a freshman, who's of course going to be there for years. Kit Bassey at Western Kentucky. I can go down the line, and Rice has got big fielder. We just don't have the personnel right now. Our guys try, they're in the right spots, they play with great effort, but at some point, if they're close to the rim, so anyway, those are the 3 priorities. And then we would recruit the best of the rest. I have 2 other guys that I call best of the rest. It could be a junior college kid, could be a high school kid, maybe a Division I transfer. We would think, of course, let me just say this also about Drain. And Drain and I have agreed, this was weeks back, we just were going to kind of look at his options. He has the option to come back, and if he does come back, he would not count against our scholarship total. So, and of course, that's at every Division I school. So that's a neat thing to do right there. There's a chance you have Drain back, and, you still have, it doesn't hurt us in terms of recruiting numbers. And, but I think we will sign minimum of 3 and maximum of 5, I think, depending on really what happens with Drain.
Coach, going to Texas, I know it's a great deal for this group because you're getting the chance. How big of a deal is it for this young team to just be able to experience a tournament? How big is that going forward?
I mentioned that to Jeremy McClain. I said, this is great for our growth, you know, if you've never been to the old high school dance, Heath, and you're growing up and up in So-So or Chunky, hot coffee, you know, and you ain't never been to West Jones High School dance, you know, you always kind of outside looking in. You say, oh, I sure am. Can't wait till I get up to 10th grade at West Jones. I get to go to the old high school dance and see what it's like. You don't know what it's like in there. So, and you don't really know how to operate. So first time you go in there, you wild eyed and you see all those pretty girls you see in the hallway and they in there dancing and this and that, having a big time. Well, the next year you go as a junior, you know, all of a sudden now you kind of knowing your way around a little bit. By the time you're a senior, you out there cutting a rug at mid-court, you know, to the Commodores. So anyway, slow dancing with your honey. But anyway, that's kind of where we are. We kind of just we didn't get there last year. Well, of course, there wasn't a tournament to go to last year, but you know, we didn't experience it. None of our guys, with the exception of Drain, Clay, and Tyler on our team have ever even been there. So yes, just going there is a great thing. Now, I'm hoping that the format for the tournament changes in the future. There's a lot of talk. I've actually been asked to serve on a committee to look at future changes for the league tournament. But certainly for the time being, and maybe in the future, depending on, you know, it wouldn't be my decision, but I am asked to help look at that. But getting there and playing in it is a big deal. All my other experiences have been exactly the same. Anyway, my point is yeah, it's great for us to get in there, Heath, and get a taste of it. Only 3 of our players, Clay Weatherspoon, Tyler Stevenson, and Ladavius Drain have ever been to the conference tournament. So this is absolutely, and hopefully it'll serve. Hopefully we'll go out there and make some noise, but hopefully it'll serve as a inspiration for next year. And what I was saying before he called is next year. You know, we're talking about Mississippi high school teams. Unless you've been to that, your team had been to that state tournament, it's a big deal if you go to that state tournament. The first time a team goes there, if they don't go every year and have an established tradition, it's people are nervous wrecks. I mean, they'll have high school team. Here's one of the biggest mistakes they make. They'll make the state tournament for the first time in 30 years, and all the parents want to get them a charter bus and all this kind of stuff, and they will have gotten away from what really counts in terms of getting there. I know when I was coaching in high school, I used to refuse to do that. I said, nope, we've been riding that school bus all year, and that's because I wanted our guys to think it was the same. You know, I didn't want them to think, oh my gosh, there's this big state tournament thing, and we did. We would pull into the Jackson Coliseum in a regular school bus with me driving, by the way. And I still have my bus driver's permit. I'm gonna start driving school buses on the side. But the parking lot around the Coliseum would be full of charter buses. But St. Stanislaus, we've been our regular bus that we traveled all year because I wanted it to be like that. And pretty soon our guys took pride in that. Not saying that for any other reason other than to illustrate your point. We need to get there to kind of see how it's going to be.
I'm really happy we're going back. I was happy when we found out the news that all the teams get to go and get a shot to go at it. I'm just really excited about it. I'm ready. Can't wait.
You've been over there before. What's it like, to explain to people, what's it like playing on that floor where the courts are separate the way it is? I mean, is it a different experience? Is it different shooting the ball in that arena because of that?
I mean, I kind of think it's a good experience to me. I don't think it's a difference with shooting the ball or anything like that, but it's a really good feeling to go over there, to experience the tournament, experience everything, like how it's gonna go and stuff like that. Just a really good experience.
Tyler, what do y'all think y'all need to do to win? You know, it's starting with Rice. What do you guys need to do well on defense and offense to try to get a win?
On defense, we just got to give it everything we got, giving it 110, closing out, blocking out, rebounding. Those are going to be some big keys for us. And the offense, really just executing our stuff, having confidence in each other and within ourselves, just knowing we can knock down open shots, stuff like that. Yeah.
Tyler, it seems like y'all been playing get up and down the court, maybe more urgency on offense here the past 2 or 3 games. Do you like that move a little bit? You like that move being more up tempo than you
Uh,
were earlier this season?
yeah, I do. It gives us a chance to run out, get wide open layups. We're pretty good in transition, so yeah, I think it's good. You know, run out, hit the 5-man, run into the rim, hit the 2-man for the 3, or skip it to the 3-man for the 3 or jumper. Yeah, it's I think it's good that we get out and run up tempo.